Hello and welcome to this new lesson in which we are going to talk about operators. Now, operators are a very important thing when you are programming because you'll need them when you are doing calculations, when you are checking if a condition is true or not, or when you are inside a loop and you want to increase a value. We have different types of operators, and in this section, we will explain them one by one with an example, and we will try to make sure that you understand each and every one of them with a use case and a scenario. The first one is the arithmetic operation. Now, the arithmetic operators, there are two types of them, the uni and pi, and we will explain them in a minute. There is also the bitwise operators, which are used to play with bits level. There are assignment operators, relational operators, logical operators, and other operators like the size of operator, the ternary operator, the address operator, the difference operator, and the subscriptor operator. These are only the names, so let's get started with the arithmetic operators. Now this is a table that has all of the arithmetic operators. Most of them are straightforward. First thing that we need to explain is the word pi. Now there is the uni and the pi. The pi is basically operators that takes two operands, so they must have two operands to be called pi. An example of these is the summation, which is basically this sign, and the subtraction, which is basically this sign. Multiplication, which is the asterisk sign, division, which is the slash sign, modulus, which is the percentage sign. Now let's talk about each of them. The summation is basically used to sum two operands. This is the first operand and this is the second operand. Now here we have x equals 10 and y equals 5. So x plus y is basically a summation operation because we are using the arithmetic operator, the plus. So the result will be stored, of this sum will be stored inside this variable. So x plus y, 10 plus 15. So 10 plus 5, it will be 15. And this is the result. So some variable will include the value of the summation, which is x plus y. Now regarding the subtraction, as you can see, the same example as above, two operands, x minus y, which is 10 minus 5. The final result is 5, so 5 will be stored inside the sub, as you can see here. Sub equals 10. Now in this case, sub is wrong, because 10 minus 5 is only 5. Now let's move on to the multiplication. X multiplied by y. X here is 10. Y here is 5. Now when you multiply 10 by 5, it will be 50. So here we have this answer, 50. So the variable called multiply, it will be 50, which is an integer. Now we also have the division, x, which is 10 divided by 5, which is basically an integer. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. So the result will be stored inside the division variable, which is basically 2. Now we have the mod sign. The mod sign is basically a sign that gives you the reminder of a division. So if you are dividing x mod y, now I need to concentrate on this one. When we say x mod y, first you need to make sure that you have x divided by y. So if x is 10 divided by y, which is 5, 10 divided by 5 equals 2. There is no reminder in this division, so the result or the final result for the percentage, which is the remainder, will be 0. Now, if y is divided by x, now this is a remainder sign. Again, you need to do it first as a division, then you take the remainder of that division as the result of the mod. So y divided by x, y here is 5, divided by x, which is 10. Now, when we divide 5 by 10, this is called a division. So 5 by 10 here, 5, 1, 5, 2. So the final result will be 1 divided by 2, which is basically 0.05. So in this case, the final result will be 0, and the remainder of this will be 5. So the division value will be 0, and the remainder value will be 5. That's why you see the result here as it is here. As you can see, mod equals 5. Now to make things more clear, let's try this example. 10 mod 3. 10 divided by 3 equals 3. Now if you multiply 3 by 3, it will equal 10. So 10 minus 9, it will equal 9, sorry. 10 minus 9 equals 1, and this will be the result of the remainder. Let's try this again with this. Now 9 divided by 1 equals 9. There is no fractions and no remainder, so the mod will equal 0, just like in this example at the beginning here. Now let's try this one. This is the mod, not the division. So 17 divided by 9. 17 divided by 9, it will equal 1. So here, write 1. Now 1 multiplied by 9 equals 9. So 17 minus 9, the remainder will be 8. This is the remainder, and this is the division. And as you can see here, mod equals 8. Now what you need to understand is that the division gives you a value without a fraction. So if there is a fraction, it won't be printed when you are using the division sign. It will just print the value and it will leave any fraction. So in this case, if you need the fractions or if you need the remainder, you must use the remainder sign. Now let's try this in action and let's print the values to make sure that everything we said here is correct. Now let's start by including the stdio.text library, void main void as usual. Now let's change the language to C. And I need you to do this from scratch every single time. Now let's store the value 5 arithmetic operator. Now let's define two values, int x equal 10, int y equal 5. Now let's do some operations. Int sum equals x plus y. Let's print sum. Sum equal percentage %d, and let's add slash n. Here we can add sum to see the result. Now I'll do all of the operations. So let's do the division as well. The multiplication, the mod. All of these are pi operators because they take two operands, as you can see here. This is the second operand and this is the first operand. Now to print the results, write printf equals and %d slash n, and here add div. Now you can copy this line and paste it here. Copy this line and paste it here with some modification. The mod also, just to save some time. Now here it is. This will sum these two operands, this will divide them, this will multiply them, and this will give us the mod. Now let's write the result here. Now first the summation result will be 15. The division result will be 2. The multiplication result will be 50. And the mod result will be 0 because we already know that x divided by y, 10 divided by 5 equals 2, and we don't have any fractions as we already mentioned, so the mod will be, or the remainder will be 0. Let's save the work and run the code again. Now in here, let's go GCC and let's write the file name 5. Now here is the file name, as you can see, GCC to compile it. Now we have the executable, so write a.exe, and here we have the results: 15, 2 for the division, 50 for the multiplication, 0 for the remainder. Now to make things look more like interesting, let's say, let's move this. Now let's play with the printf function. Let's change this with %d plus %d equals the result. Now what I need to do here is to add the x value, the y value, and the result. So to replace this with x, first we need to add x here, as we already mentioned in the printf lesson. To replace this with y, we need to replace y next. And to replace this with the summation, we need to place the summation. So this will print x plus y equals the result. X will be replaced with the value of x, y will be replaced with the value of y, this will be replaced with the sum value. The first variable, second variable, third variable, and this was explained in the printing variables lesson. Let's do the same for all of these. Now we just need to change the sign here. This will be the division, this will be the asterisk sign, and this will be the remainder sign or the percentage sign. Now we don't want 2/n set. Now let's go back, compile the code one more time. Clear the screen using CLS and run the compiling command and then run the file. Okay, now as you can see here, we have the first one written in the right order, the second and third one, and the fourth one. There are problems with these because, as you can see here, we didn't add the x and y before the div. As we already mentioned, each of these format specifiers will be replaced with the associated variable. So save it one more time clear. Here it is. 10 plus 5 equals 15. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. 10 multiplied by 5 equals 50. 10, and the last one, okay, we have a missing D here. Now, this is a very nice piece of information. As you can see here, we have percentage %d, and we have percentage %d, and we have percentage %d. Yet, it wasn't printed correctly. That's because we have a percentage here inside our string. Now, this percentage will be treated differently because we usually use it to add a format specifier. So if you want to print a percentage sign in our final printf window, we need to add double percentage, like that. Now once you add them like that, the printf function will understand that you want to show the percentage sign once on the screen. And this is a very good tip. Now going back, let's compile the codes. a.exe. Now as you can see, it was printed correctly. Otherwise, it won't be printed correctly. So you need to take a note that you must add double percentage sign to print it on your console window. So 10 reminder 5 equals 0. And these are the main arithmetic operators. That's it for this lesson. If you have any questions regarding anything, I'm here to help. This is Ashraf from Educational Engineering Team.